I'm going to start recording. It's going to be edited anyway, but that's okay.
What do you use to record?
I just use the Zoom recorder thingy.
Oh, okay. All right.
Roz does the editing. I still don't know
I
how to
hear
do
you.
none of that. Still. All right. We're ready. Take one. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Lady A Presents Black Moments in Black History. Today's guest is the renowned, the professor, the phenomenal pianist right here in Seattle, Washington, our very own Paul Richardson. I want to remind you that Lady A Presents is presenting you these moments in Black history to help support local, national recording artists, especially those here in the Seattle area. We ask that you would donate to them if you will. This is a way to give back. It's part of our community. And I want to let you know that I, as Lady A Productions, will be donating. So I'm not asking you to do anything that I wouldn't do. I want to introduce to some and present to others, none other than Paul Richardson. Woo! And the crowd goes wild. Hey, Paul, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Good to see you.
Good. You know, I love interviewing you. You're always fun.
That's good.
So how have you been doing in COVID? How are things going since the last time we spoke?
It's fine. I'm getting bored with it. I'm looking forward to a vaccine now.
Are you?
Yeah, shoot, yeah.
So have you signed up?
I sure did.
Did you? I just got a notification this morning, but I'm not eligible. Can you believe that I have asthma and I'm not eligible?
Wow, that ain't right. That's so wrong.
I'm not 65, but and really,
I know. It's tough when you're 35 years old. You youngins just gotta hang. You know?
I would not be 35 again. Okay.
I mean,
I would not be 35. Well, you know, this is just a 15 minutes in Black history, and you are a staple here in the Seattle area. You have played I always want to say 13 coins, but I know it's not 13 coins.
El Gaucho.
El Gaucho. You have played El Gaucho for years downtown, and now are you in, well,
as soon as it opens back up, they moved to a new location.
Yeah, they moved to a new location. I'm excited about it. I always love going to El Gaucho's, having dinner or even appetizers and just meeting up with some folks and listening to you play. Let's talk a little bit about the very first project you have ever done. I've asked everybody this question.
Now this is gonna blow your mind.
Okay.
The very first project I ever done, I got a call. I was born in Seattle, but I grew up in Tacoma.
Okay.
And I got a call from this family, this religious family, this country western gospel family, the Duckworths.
I know the Duckworths.
In Puyallup.
Yes.
That was the first recording I ever did.
It was a gospel?
No, it was country. It was like country western.
Really?
Christian music, yeah.
If there's some Duckworths left, y'all need to call me.
and I think what I did was play. I faked pedal steel guitar on my synthesizer for him. It was like I was just messing around. They went, oh no, that's it. You are it, you know. So I was doing stuff like, I got my piano here, so I'll try to fake it. So this isn't it, but it was like
slide guitar.
You know, that kind of thing. So.
Oh, now that I know you can make that sound, you know I'll be calling you.
And you know, yeah, right. But that was that, and then there was
your very first. That was the first one. Now, did you recorded that, correct?
Yeah.
But what was the first project you did for yourself?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That was I had a little studio downstairs in my house, and wow, geez,
I love making people think. You have to think back.
A lot of my friends, I was in a band called City Life that had some great musicians. And my cousin Stephanie, she's a great singer.
Yeah.
I wrote all these songs, and they backed me up. I sang at that time. So I was singing them, and they were backing me up. And you'll never hear me sing again. And, but that, I mean, it was a 4-track cassette deck, and
Uh-oh.
you do so many overtakes on it. It sounds like AM radio by the time you're done, but it's like I must have put 16 tracks on a 4-track easily.
Oh my God.
Easily. So it was cool. It was
And,
fun.
and do you still have a copy of it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, I've been going through some things and I was like, dang, I remember that. We were in the studio trying to create a song. I mean, I love to go back and listen to it. I still got cassette tapes.
If you ever need it, I've got a cassette player that plugs into your computer, and it dumps all your audio. It converts it to digital. I did that.
We open up, I'm gonna have to come and see you because I have some great cassettes of you remember Gary Smith?
Yeah,
Smith was alive, and we were in the studio just messing around, coming up with stuff, especially coming up with the blues in the key of me.
Right.
So I would love to just keep it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I put it in plastic.
Because you only need it once. That I bought it. It costs like $13 or $14, and I just loan it to everybody that needs it, and then they give it back. I mean, because you only use it once.
Yeah,
you dump all your crap off of cassette. So yeah.
Well, you are the master of. I'm telling you everything. You helped me get my studio together, even though I still don't know how to work it. But that's okay. I have all the equipment I need.
I just wait when we can all get together and I can actually once I show it to you in your face, you'll go, oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm a hands-on visual person. But the thing about it is, you need to have a master class. That's what you should do. You should just do a master class for all of us,
I'm a geek. I've been a geek all my life. Yeah.
Well, look, so we talked about your first project. What is the last project that you have done? So I want to, in case people don't know, Paul Richardson is on Lady A Live in New Orleans CD. He wrote the song Trying to Get Over, which we recorded last night for another recording that I did. I absolutely love that song. It is getting great airplay. So thank you, Paul Richardson. And you were amazing on that CD. But what was your last project that you worked on?
I'm in the middle of one right now.
Are you?
Yeah.
That's good to hear.
And it's I'm just challenging myself to it's funny. I actually did a Zoom call with my daughter. She was the poet laureate of Tacoma for last year and year before, something like that. Anyway, and she had these young Black men on there, and they were talking to me. I mean, they were all discussing how they do stuff now. One was a record producer, another was an artist, another one was a dancer, and they talked about how, I mean, in their generation, they do what they want.
Right.
They just do what they want. My generation, if you did what you want, you would be at home doing what you want.
Right. When we
didn't, there were no doors open. I remember auditioning for a band, class A band that played in all the best clubs.
Right.
And I auditioned for them. Of course, they were white. They said, man, you are the best keyboard player we have ever had come through here. You made our stuff sound so much better.
Of course.
But we cannot hire you. Because if we hire you, no one will hire us.
Yeah.
And they were honest enough to say it.
Right.
I was not a warm and fuzzy. That's the ultimate backhanded compliment you can get, you know. But I mean, I heard that a lot. So you start, when the door got cracked open a little bit, you start realizing, okay, I got to play this in order to get that. I got to play that to get that. And you start doing that. And for so long you do that, you start forgetting where you were.
Right.
You know. And I was listening to those guys talking about what they do, and they just do it, and that's the way it is. And I was like, well, And then I talked to my daughter afterwards. I went, you know what? I'm gonna start doing me, period.
There you
And
go.
then I went, and then I called her back. I said, you know what? It's so sad. I don't know who me is anymore, because the upside and the downside of being a chameleon in music is you take on, you learn to appreciate so many different genres.
Right.
You start going, that don't suck at all. Those people are playing their booties off. I can't hate on that, you know. And well, shoot, okay, country western. If that dude ain't bad, I don't know who's bad, because he's blowing. That dude is playing. Okay, I ain't mad. You know what I'm saying? And even the simplest songs, you start going, that is beautiful.
Right.
And so I start going,
yeah,
yeah,
but when you decide that you want to do you,
yeah.
then you have to find out who you are.
Well, and that's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
And it's like I'd like to say everybody goes, well, you're a funky guy. Well, yeah, I'm funky, but I'm past that a little bit, and it's like I'm more into rhythms.
Okay.
And I don't care what kind of rhythm it is. It's polyrhythmic,
Yeah.
Because people forget, piano is a percussion instrument. Keyboards are percussionists. They should be. You're hitting a note that's hitting a camera, that's hitting a string. Everything is hitting something.
Get this education, y'all.
Well, it is. I mean, a piano is a percussion instrument. It's like,
Yeah. Well, you say that. There you go. So this is something that I miss about you, Paul. I miss when we do Lady A's Back Porch Blues, because you always challenged me. Paul will play a song. He has such a array of songs that he can play. Like he says, he's been playing all these different genres. And I'll give him a song, like we're doing a cover song, and you will not play it the traditional way. You challenge me by, like you said, you'll come up and you'll just start playing. I'm going, what is that? It can be as simple as Route 66, which most of us know, as a vocalist, you will know it. Paul will take you, all you vocalists out there know it. Paul Richardson is playing for you. Route 66 may come out. It can be the blues. It can be jazz. It will be some riff that he has decided to do something different with. And that's what I miss about you, because that's
what's beautiful about music, though. That's what's beautiful about music. It's like you can project your feeling onto somebody else's idea.
Yeah.
It's like, to me, Summertime is that song Summertime is an ironic, sarcastic
Right.
song. Now if you're white from the South, and antebellum time, if you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. To them it was like, oh yeah, them was the good old days. And to me,
right,
the dude out in the field, it was not a good time. And that's the way I envision that song when I'm playing. A lot of times I play it with anger and irony and sarcasm,
Right. That's what I miss about you. You can take a song and do so many.
Well, that's what you do.
Yeah, but I do it better when you're playing for me.
Yeah.
I mean that wholeheartedly. I miss the challenge. You challenge me. Going back to what you were saying earlier about playing other, you're playing all these different genres because you could not get your foot in the door.
Right,
and
right.
That's the whole thing. When I was coming up, when I first started, and it was Lady and the Baby Blues Funk Band, I was singing stuff I didn't really necessarily want to sing.
Right.
I would, I've always wanted to do the blues, but the blues wasn't getting my foot in the door.
Right.
Plus, I had an all black band.
Right. Yeah.
That didn't help either.
Yeah, you dragging this big black ball and chain around.
Yeah. And I refused to change up. But at one point, I remember the guy saying, we hired Josh McBride. If you remember him, he was a saxophone.
Yeah, I remember Josh.
Hired Josh McBride, and there you go. You get hired for the weddings and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, it was a help, but even when he left, I still, I held firm to, I'm keeping my band.
Right.
These guys, so we have to make our own path. And I think that we have. Once I decided that I didn't want to do that music anymore. And it took me to be 50 years old to do it. You know, and then I started finding, but I'm just finding my rhythm. Really.
But still, I mean, when I gig with you, sometimes you're not doing the blues. Sometimes you're not doing funk.
Right.
You're just doing you. And
I'm
that,
doing
and
me.
that, yeah, and that's the beauty. That as Black folks, that's our one area of freedom is music.
There you go.
You know, and if I can't be free and that's the way I play now. I play free, and it's like if I'm doing a Frank Sinatra song, they might not know it's Frank Sinatra until they get to the middle and they go, "Well, he's playing my way. I didn't know that was my way. I thought
right.
Like, well, now you know. You weren't hating on it then. Don't hate on it now."
Right. Exactly. I love country music. And I know people find that hard to believe about me because I used to sing so much funk and party music, but I absolutely love country music. I always have, back in the day I was playing country music. But for us, music is what we make it when it comes from us. Everybody is an individual, and that's where it comes from. For us, it's easier because we're singing about some stuff that's real.
Right.
That's really real. I was gonna say, so Paul, in case you don't know, Paul Richardson streams live every day. And Paul, tell us where you stream it at, because I'm gonna tell you, I'll be at work and all of a sudden it pops up on my phone and lets me know when you're on. It'll say Paul is streaming live. And I turn you on and I work. And of course, I kid you in the chat, but I work and listen to you. It is amazing.
No, I love it. I love it when you're chatting. This is it's Twitch channel.
Okay.
TWITCH.TV/Paul Richardson.
Yes. So that's
Twitch.
Say it again.
Twitch TV. /Paul Richardson.
Yeah.
And I'll come up. And every Monday I do 12:30 to 1:30. Tuesdays I do 7:30 to 8:30. And it's not 7:30 to 8:30 written in stone. It's 7:30 until I feel tired. 12:30 till if you all get a thing going on, I might go till 2 or 3. I don't care.
I'm telling you, folks, if you go on and I don't remember, I think I logged in, but however you can get a notice, it'll pop up on your phone. It'll tell you when he's on, and I really enjoy it because it's some nice background music, and he takes requests.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, and you can chat with me and I'll answer back. And even like musicians, they'll go, "What chord was that?" I go, "Oh, like today I was playing." Guy goes, "Man, I love that chord you were playing." I said, "Yeah, that was a minor 6 chord." And I said, "That's the chord they use in Brick House all the time." And he was like, of course, I was playing something completely different, but he went, "Oh, wow."
Right. Yeah, the reason why I have always called Paul the professor because of your knowledge.
I'm self-taught.
You are a wealth of information when it comes to music. And that's what I was going to say. So are you self-taught?
Yep. I climbed on a piano when I was 5 years old. My brother and sister kept beating me up and kicking me off the piano because they were classically trained. I wasn't allowed to have piano lessons because they put them aside when they grew up and they didn't want to play anymore. So they went, "No more piano lessons."
Yeah, it's the one thing.
I turned on the radio and climbed up there and
played. It's the one thing I regret. I took piano lessons for 5 years. I can read music, don't play anymore. I wanted to play sports, but my mother, but now I regret it because I really should have. I would have been able to play for myself, but then I never would have met an extraordinary man like you. You're amazing. So I'm going to ask you one more question because I don't want to dawdle and take up too much of your time. But so our theme is Moments in Black History, Food for the Souls. And when we say food for the souls, it doesn't necessarily always mean something you have to eat and ingest. Sometimes food for the souls comes from inspiration, from music, what we've been talking about, from wisdom, somebody just talking to you. So first of all, you was talking about the fact that You could cook. I didn't know you could cook.
Oh, gee, yeah.
I thought Mercedes was always cooking for you.
No. People come over here, they get my barbecue and they're like, all right, game over, man.
Okay, so see, do y'all hear that? Because I'm gonna play this back to him later when we come out of COVID.
All
He
right.
says he can barbecue. That's what he
Well,
said. We'll never
I
invite
throw
him
down
to
on some barbecue. And I throw down on some sweet potato pie. Barbecue and sweet potato pie. Those are my two things.
Those are your two things. So tell me, what do you listen to when you're cooking? Do you listen to music when you're cooking?
No, I seldom listen to music. I don't like listening to music.
Okay,
I know that sounds crazy.
that's a whole new thing.
My wife said, don't tell people that. Don't tell people that. I was like, I don't like listening to music. The reason why I don't like listening to music is because I'm listening to it and evaluating.
Okay.
And figuring out what they're, when I'm hearing it, I'm like, oh, that was it. Oh, wow, he did that. Oh, that was good. Now there's different now. Now, if I'm listening to Herbie Hancock, I mean, I'm listening to what he's doing and trying to figure it out, which I can't.
Taking notes.
but I'm listening to the emotion he's evoking.
Okay.
You know,
I have not heard anybody say they don't listen to music.
Yeah, it's like I never, especially after a gig or before a gig.
Yeah.
I listen to talk radio, and now I don't listen to talk radio. And them people done got too full of this stuff. You know, they really think their opinion means something. But now I listen to crazy stuff. Like I'll listen to stuff about aliens or.
Oh, see, I like the History Channel. So
yeah.
I like the History Channel.
Yeah, I'll check out the History Channels or documentaries now. I don't want.
So if you're not listening to music, when you're, I don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah, because a lot of times I might be in my head. I'm playing something.
Yeah.
In my head, but I'm not. No, I don't want anything to distract me from the art of my.
Oh my God! You know what? When we come out of COVID, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to Paul's house.
See, what you're gonna be doing? You're gonna be sitting here doing this. You know how people be that when they eat, they start doing that. They can't help.
Start rocking.
Yeah, you won't even know you're rocking, and you'll be just sitting there going, all right, okay.
Well, you know what? Okay, so I'm gonna move on to the next question. Okay. All right. And we did talk about a little bit about your moment in Black history, but it's Black History Month. Mm-hmm. We have a new president.
Yeah, praise the Lord.
We have the first female vice president.
Right. Of color. Yeah, of color too. I mean, they got a twofer on this one.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna really try this year, even though I love all our firsts as Black women. She's Black and Indian, I believe.
Yeah, Indian, yeah. Right.
Black and Indian, but I want to celebrate the first, but then I also want to celebrate just women, just woman power. I have this shirt that says the future is female.
Right. You know what? I mean, I appreciate that. You know what? I wish for once Black men and Black women, Black people would appreciate Black family, would focus on Black family or Black couples.
Yeah.
And realize the two different male and female together are working together. They are way more powerful than they are working apart.
Do you think that we said with the last 4 years before this inauguration came, do you think, let's talk about this, it's Black, okay. Let's just delve in.
All right.
Do you think that we as Black people are, even in COVID, okay, are learning to come together more?
I do.
Okay, yeah.
I noticed that. I think that was the plus side of COVID was conversations got deeper and more real.
Right.
You know, it's like my kids, it's like, you know, it was all the, how you doing? Fine, blah, 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 blah. Now it's like we sit there and we have some deep conversation. And it's cool because you learn to appreciate opinions. You really learn to
have to agree.
No, you don't have to agree,
but
you can go, okay, I see where you're coming from. That don't mean I'm going there.
Right.
But and and vice versa.
It makes you think.
Yeah, and it's both ways.
Yeah,
It's like the thing I noticed though now is how much more optimistic the generations are versus my generation.
yeah.
You know,
we're a little jaded.
I'm like, look, I'm sorry, all my heroes got killed. Okay, you know, whenever somebody would say something great, pop,
Yeah,
they
I'm
pop a
trying
cap
to be,
on it.
hopeful,
Yeah.
but I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, I put a thing on Facebook that I don't drink nobody's Kool-Aid no more.
And that's sad because I think that the last 4 years have, we actually took steps backwards.
Oh yeah,
we really did.
My pastor made a good point. He said there's one thing to be a supporter, and there's another thing when you start doing idolatry and you actually worship that person that you were supporting. Then you're in bad waters.
Well, I'm glad I agree with you in the fact that I think that Black people, indigenous people of this land, and people of color are actually coming together.
Right.
Having conversations about how we can support each other, how we network with one another, even in COVID. I'm finding that I'm having conversations with people across the country, whether it's on Zoom or on chat rooms or whatever it is, that we are actually coming together and saying, how can I help you?
Well, and that's not just people of color either. It's like my white people I know, we're having conversations.
Allies.
For real conversations. And it's like, and I ain't pulling punches. They'll go, is it really like that? I'm like, it's worse.
Right.
And they'll go, really? You really think that way? I go, I live that way. It's like, that's the way I live.
Every day.
Yeah.
I do appreciate our allies. I do.
Yeah.
I think our allies need to do their own homework because Black people are exhausted. I'm just going to keep saying that. I'm exhausted of repeating myself, and I'm, most Black folks are repeating.
I'll tell you, I had the greatest idea in the world.
What's that?
If Walt Disneyland put a ride together called Be Black for a week or Be Black for a day or 2 days, and you had to go and live and had that virtual reality of being Black for just 2 days. If you could hang for 2 days without going crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be a real eye opener. That would be such an eye. We got all this technology, they got the little things on the head.
All these trainings that we do, like I had a meeting this morning on race and social justice. This morning I had a meeting, and I think that your idea is good because I'm always saying, these norms of the way that we train people in race and social justice, they're old. All you're doing is getting a new trainer, wrapping her up in new paper and saying it's a new training, but we're saying the same thing. It's time to stop tiptoeing around people, be honest, and let's just have those honest conversations.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, I thank you so much.
Thank you.
Can you take us out on a little tune? Just a little bit of something, I just want to hear you play. Even though I'll probably be listening tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Paul Richardson. Please make sure to donate, tip to him, and to the artist that we'll have next to his name, band members. If you can tip $10 to one and 10 to the other, it'll be so appreciated. This is our community event. Lady A Productions will be donating to each artist $20. Y'all split it in half. Paul Richardson.
This is Let's Stay Together.
I would be singing, but we're delayed. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lady A Presents Moments in Black History with my very special guest, Paul. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Take care.